Hi guys, this is Ange from Crafty Chaos, Chalk Couture, all those lovely things. Today I'm going to do a quick demo of a transfer that I thoroughly love. I think it's very simple, very basic, but it's very fun. This transfer I will be doing in my upcoming Chalk of the Month, October Chalk of the Month club. So if you are interested in that, please feel free to leave a comment. It will be on October 7th at my lovely home at 2 o'clock. It's a Sunday, so it doesn't get in the way of any duck games or any of that stuff, even though we are away. But anyways, so we're going to do this transfer on our plain Grayson white framed board. It does come in black, but I am choosing to do white. This transfer is one of our October transfers. We have many lovely Halloween transfers, but I just chose this one because this is one of the ones I'm offering for my little class. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have taken this transfer out of my packaging. I haven't labeled it, so I'm going to label it tonight. And I can't remember exactly what it's called because the packaging is downstairs, but I'm just going to say October 31. And just let it be. The reason why you write on the back, or I write on the back, is because the front and the back are very similar, but this backing is a little bit less shiny than the actual transfer sheet that the transfer is actually stuck to. You can't really tell with the camera, but at least not that I can think of. But it is, this side is much shinier, so that's how you tell the difference. So it's a little bit, makes it simpler, especially if you're going to do any classes or anything. You don't want people sticking your transfer to the wrong side. It makes it all stretchy and messed up. So what we're going to do today is this transfer, but a couple things different. This is one of the ones, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, was one of our, still is, promotions that we had where every time you buy this transfer to do, money goes towards Watts of Love, which provides electricity and power for people who need it. I did this at one of my past classes, but I feel that I am ready to move on from this. So I wanted to actually show you how easy it is to take this off. This was put on with chalk. It's been on for at least a month. So, and this is just a little squirt bottle. Little squirt bottle. Just has water in it. And I'm just going to spray it. Let it sit for a little bit. I'm just going to use paper towel. You can use a hand towel, regular towel, whatever suits your fancy. And I'm just going to take it off. Now some of this will come off very easily because it's very thin, like the arrow. See how that just right through it off? But this one in the middle, the square, not harder, there's just more chalk on it. So it just takes a little bit of elbow grease. And I'm not gonna worry about it getting all of the smudging off until the very end. And it seems to help more, the more and more I take off, put on chalk on these boards. If you let the water sit a little bit, it kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like nail polish remover. Not in a stinky way, but the fact that if you let your cotton ball of nail polish remover sit on your nail polish, it tends to come off a little better. So I got almost all of it off, and now I just want to clean my board. Then you paper towel, more water. I'm trying not to use, I know I've seen some people that use Clorox wipes to clean their board. I mean, to each their own. It is what it is. But I don't really see the need. Less chemicals, sometimes better. There. Ta-da! So now I have a plain, lovely board. Now, if for some reason you leave it on, you're chalking your transfer image on too long, you might get a ghosting. Most of the time we don't get a whole lot of ghosting on our Chalk Couture boards because they're pretty darn awesome. But you might, you never know. You might get ghosting, which is like a little shadow, or if you use your own boards, which I do that as well, it'll be like the outline. We have these fancy, lovely erasers. They're very similar, let me just tell you, very similar to the magic erasers that you use to clean your showers or get counters white, I don't know. But I tried a regular magic eraser because I thought, why do I need to buy these fancy ones? They didn't work very well, I do have to say. So if you see any type of thing, you can get them a little wet, you can do them dry, but it's really nice because it gets that shadowing off. So you have a nice, clean, ready to go board. I think I saw some glitter. So, see, it cleans up so nice. So if you are coming or interested in coming to my October Chalk of the Month Club, I will put that flyer up right now while I get my transfer ready. It is coming up this coming Sunday. It will be at my home. It will be at 2 o'clock. It is kind of a fun free-for-all in a way. It's just good times. It's $30. If you have never come, you get a board and you get use of the transfers that I have selected or pulled out. Last time, a couple of the transfers that weren't selected got used, but that was okay. We all had a good time. We have treats and snacks, and it's just hangout time. If you like to craft, that's just kind of the best part. It's not retail therapy, but craft therapy, which is a big piece of my life right now. But if you decide to come, feel free, let me know. You can post a little message, send me a message, write me a message, I don't know, send me a postcard, whatever you want to do. But if you've never come to one of my clubs, you get this board, which is a 9x12 Grayson white frame board. You get use of my paste, use of my squeegees, facilities, and then you can pick from some of the transfers. I try and pull some out that are Halloween-y, just to kind of help make it simple. But if you have come before and you're bringing your board back and you're ready to wipe it, like I just wiped this one, then it is only $20. You get to use all the same stuff, but it's only $20 because you're not buying a new board. So I've already had many that don't want to do that. They don't want to destroy their creation, so they're buying another one. Totally up to you. So anyways, let's proceed. So I'm going to take, this is my transfer sheet. I'm going to take my transfer off my transfer sheet. Now I have used this before, so I'm not going to fuzz it. But if this was brand new, I would take my lovely, let's see, my lovely towel. I'd lay it out, I'd stick it on, and fuzz it by pulling it off. Kind of like if you take tape to your pants because you have fuzz or lint or however you say it. Whatever your choice is. Ooh, maybe I do want to fuzz it. This is really stickier than I thought. Let's try. Let's do some fuzzing. I'll move this over a little bit. So yeah, this is just microfiber, which I don't really, it serves its purpose, but it's very itchy to me. It's kind of like people who don't like cotton balls. It's just, bleh, hurts my skin. So I'm gonna fuzz it a couple times because part of the reason with fuzzing, if it's too sticky, when you go to put it on and then you pull it off, you will stretch your transfer if it is too sticky. So let's see if I can get this semi in the middle, put that out of the way. Oh, I might have just done it. Maybe. Let's just try this again. Well, it seems straight at the top. You know what? I'm just going to go with that. So you want to try, I'm going to work from the middle out because you don't want bubbles. And sometimes if you work from the outside in, it just makes more bubbles. So I'm going to work middle out, see, and I can kind of, I don't know if you can see it in the shadow, but there's a bubble right there. Oops. Ah, right there, still bubbles. Let's see. See if I can get those out. Maybe a little at a time. Let's try that way. Oh, there, got that. That was good. Yeah, there we go. Get all, oh, no, see bubbles down here. The reason you don't want a bubble, sometimes, I mean, you don't ever want a bubble, But sometimes there are bubbles, if they're smaller, that don't mess with anything. Other times, especially when you have, come on, a bigger piece of the kind of negative space, I guess you could say, in the silk screen, the bubbles, and I got one right there, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna not mess with it. Part of it is the ink kind of gets messed up. Or not the ink, well, ink, could be ink, but in this case paste, gets messed up when you're pulling your squeegee across. So less bubbles is always better. So I have something that I'm gonna try this time that I don't know if it'll work, I don't know if it'll like it, excuse me, but I got a lovely, if you know me, I love tools. I bought myself for my birthday, thanks to my parents, and a lovely Amazon gift card, a Dremel brand scroll saw. Thanks to my lovely Jessica, who also is my upline in Chalk Couture. And I think the person who gave her the idea, I believe her name is Sage Roberts, but I could be wrong. But Sage is her first name. And she has been doing awesome stuff, cutting out things to put on her chalkboards. And I think, and so I was a little excited. So I got one. That's just how I am. And I had extra wood because I make my own boards and things at home. And so I cut out a circle and I painted it black with just black chalk paint. And that's stuff on it already. Jeez Louise. Oh, that came off. I'm going to actually do this part of the transfer on this, and then I'm going to take sticky tack and I'm going to stick it right on there so it has a three-dimensional appearance. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to give it a shot. So for this transfer, I'm not going to worry about this middle part on this part of the board. So I'm just going to do the stripes. Now I have many colors. I have this lovely color, grape soda. I love it. Orange. I love it. I also have orange peel, which is a little bit lighter, and wild and crazy lime green. Now, I don't think I'm going to use all of these, but I kind of like the purple green, and I kind of like this. I like both oranges. I might just go bright, and I might do these two orange. Get off of there. And this one green, and this one green, and this one purple, this one purple. Ooh, I kind of like that better. Choices. I just don't know. So many options. Okay, I'm going to stick with this because I kind of like the idea of the October 31st being with the orange lines, so more Halloween. So this is going to be a pull and go. That's what I call it. Whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. But it's your choice. So first things first, besides making a mess, I have my purple chalk paste. Now, if you've never seen or heard of Chalk Couture chalk paste, it goes on wet and dries hard. And for those of you who don't know, the chalk paste is very forgiving. You can use it if you mess up. Guess what? You just wipe it away. You just wash it away like you saw earlier. Oh yeah, this is nice. So nice, lovely purple grape soda. So I'm gonna do this for my top, and I'm gonna leave them out. I don't normally like to leave them out because they do dry out. So if you are a Chalk Couture person, once you use it, put the cap on because it dries as it just sits there, which is hard for a lot of people to understand when you're doing classes and things. Why I start freaking out and going, please put the lid on, please put the lid on. They go, why? And I go, because it's going to dry out. The ink, however, does not dry out as quickly. It can, obviously, but it doesn't dry out as quickly. Now this one, you can tell, this is really a lot thinner. This one has a little more thickness to it, and it's got a huge gob. Gross. Get off of there. So I'm going to put some squirts of water and then mix, because I want it a little bit thinner. It's a little bit too thick. The thicker it is, I've noticed the faster it dries. I mean, you don't want to pour a whole thing of water in it, but the thinner it is, the easier it is to spread, and you have a little bit more leeway. The thicker it is, it tends to dry really fast. So this one is, what is this? Oh yeah, lime green. So there's my lime green. And then, what's this last one? Orange. Oh, this orange. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. I might, well, we'll see how it goes. I tend to, maybe it just needs to be stirred. There we go. I know I added water to it before. Now, some of our chalks that have a lot of pigment, a couple things. I have a red, this orange, I have a not burnt orange, it's like, I think it's actually called red orange. For some reason, it sits in the can even for a couple days and it just goes back to its hard consistency. And this is really globby, like you can see the bumpies in it. It's almost like bumpy pumpkins. But it seems to do fine when you spread it. But I don't know, it's just different than the other ones. So certain ones that have different pigments or different how they're made up, stir better, or stay thinner. The consistency is better for some than others. I don't know, but it works. Sorry, I gotta wipe off my lime green. I got all over my hands. Okay, so we're gonna do a pull and go, or chalk and go, however you wanna call it. Because if I go through this and I do this one in, how do I get my colors lined up? Purple, or the grape soda, and then I do the green, and then I do the orange, and then so on and so forth, this one up here will dry. Another thing, if you ever decide to join, please message me if you are interested. Right now it's only $99 for the new kit. I'm gonna throw this up there real quick while I get one last thing. Our new kit is so cute. It has, they switched out some of the transfers because of the holidays, and you get the really cute holiday icons, which are perfect size for gift tags and those type of things, and Farm Sweet Fresh or Farm Sweet Grow. That's one of the transfers that was a huge hit. So it's only $99, and you get well over $240 worth of product, including some squeegees, a board, a really nice Aiden board, which is a bigger frame than this, same size, but the border is a lot nicer, more fancy, I guess you could say, not nicer. So here we go. So when I mean pull and go, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna do this one, I'm gonna pull it. So if I get my lovely arms in the way, I apologize, but I want stripes. And if you get the right size squeegee, you can just do one full swoop. Okay, I'm gonna let this, ooh, where can I put it? Let's just put it on the towel. I'll let that set because I'm gonna use it in a second. And I'm gonna pull this part up. This is also why you don't want it super, super sticky. And there you go. You got that layer. Now this is the hard part. I have to do the next part, next layer, and not bonk this one, which is hard, but I think I can do it. Hope I'm not blocking too much by scrape off all the excess. Ooh, I got a little too much. Okay. Okay, pull that off. Do the next one. There we go. Now I want to pull it so that it's not, see that middle part? I don't want the middle to be still stuck on it. Okay, so I think actually for this part, I'm going to do those two. And then the nice part about this is I have this lovely, it's just a heat gun, dry it real quick, and then I can lay it on it and it won't mess it up. And you'll notice that the colors will kind of change. Like, especially you can see it in the purple. See how it gets a lot darker. And you do not want to put the heat gun on your transfers because it will make it stretch them. Okay, so let's just see, feel that. Now I do notice that I have some lines, but you know, I'm not going to worry about it, I don't think. Okay, so I can lay this down a little bit, just gently. I'm going to get my orange. This one's going to be the tricky one. See if it'll smooth out as I do it. Oh yeah, it's fine. Do this side. You know what? I might. Do I risk it? No, I don't want to risk it. I don't feel adventurous today. Okay, so I'm going to peel this up. I'm going to actually try and pull some from the... There. Now, one thing I noticed, okay, I got a little bit, but I know that that's going to be covered up by my circle, so I don't need to worry about it. I mean, you can take it off. It just wipes right off. No big deal. But what I noticed is up here, there's like a line. I don't know if you guys can see it in the picture, but there's a line right there and there's a line right here, whereas these ones don't necessarily have lines, except for the lovely hair that's in the middle of that. If you pull and you stop in the middle of a color, it's gonna leave a line. That's why I tried with this one so I could show you guys. It shows up and it works much better if you do one pull, one sweep, because if you stop in the middle, oh, and I got a little green piece. God darn it. It will show the lines. So let's try this so I don't have to worry about it. Make sure you don't get the heat gun on your transfer. So I'm kind of going away from my transfer for this one. Okay, let's see how that is. Gosh darn, get off their green. All right. It'll work. So dry to the touch, but if your board is hot, make sure it cools down back to room temperature as much as possible, because putting the transfer on a warm board does not work well. Okay, so now I'm gonna do green again and then purple, and I think because these are so thin, I can do both in one full swoop and not have to change. It doesn't matter on most of them if you pull down like this, up and down, or if you pull across. You want to give it nice, even pressure. Make sure you don't have any lines or stragglers. See how that gloopy thing? That will affect what happens on the, see right there, I had a little kernel of dried paste or something. Okay, oh, sorry for my arm in the way. Nope, don't need that color. Sorry. Purple. Here we go. One big swoop. Scoop off all your extra. Let's go one more time. There. Okay. There's that. Now let's pull all of it off. Here we go. Sorry, I'm gonna use my belly. Oh, see, it got stuck. Gosh darn. Probably should have fuzzed it more, but you know, Live and learn. Okay, I'm gonna set that to the side in my water. Now, see right there? Could be a combo of things. Either I didn't have enough paste right there, or when I went and it made like a quick, it pulled up that ink or paste. But I'm not gonna worry about it. I think it's fine. So we're gonna let that dry for a second. I don't know why my heat gun is not working. That's not nice. But we'll just keep going. So my idea is to go like this and put some sticky tack on it so it kind of sits up. So while this dries, because it looks like my heat gun, I might have blown it. I don't know. Just my luck. I'm gonna put the middle part on this part. So I'm gonna move this off to the side. I can scoot over here a little bit. And I think I was gonna do white. Yeah, I think I still will do white. So I'm gonna put this in the middle. Oops. And I measured, well, not technically measured, but I eyeballed. I took a mug, just a coffee mug, and I thought, you know, this is pretty close to the right size. So we'll see how close I get to actual measure a little bit there, a little bit there. Yeah, that looks about right. A little here, a little there. Okay, we're gonna go for it. Never done this part before. Got some bubbles. Pull this up. Try again. Well, we'll hope. Let's see if I have to clean that part now that I see it. You know what? I'm just gonna do it, and if it doesn't work, oh well. It'll be one little part. Let me see what happens. Because I want this to be white, not orange. So I'm guessing if I pull this up, yep, exactly what I thought. Now let's see if I can wipe it. There we go. No big deal. After the day that we had today at school, this is a piece of cake. Actually, today was not so bad. Not so bad, lovely children. Okay, let's give it a shot now. So I got all the way around. I got my circle. And I'm gonna do white. White, white. Stir this bad boy up. Ooh, yeah, that's good. Mix it all around. Mix, 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 mix. Okay. So I took, this is not the exact one, but we can get, at Chalk Couture, we sell bigger squeegees. This is one of our newer ones that has the longer holding part, and it's a little bit more firm. But some of these other ones, and I think I've talked about this before, they come longer, such as like this, like that. Maybe it's close. They come like that, and then I tend to cut them either in half, so they're like these two pieces, like that, or in thirds, so that you get a little piece like this, which I find is a little bit easier to use when you have littler, smaller spaces. So here we go. All the way around my circle. Now I don't want to, when I almost messed myself up over there, I don't want to get into the other areas. I only want the circle. I don't want the other screen. A little bit goes a long way, so you don't need a lot. Whatever you have left over, then scoop it off. back in your jar so you're not wasting. I just recently placed an order for one of our stash big batch of white, but I've been doing Chalk Couture for a couple months, few months, 3 or 4 months, and I'm just now starting to go through some of it. Okay, I think I pulled too much, but I'm just gonna give it a go. So, hold part, here we go, pull it. Perfect. Now, this is not dry right here, and I think I actually honestly blew my heat gun. Oh, it's working. Let's try this real quick. Just maybe it got overheated. I don't know. But you can tell because this part is a different color and see the darker, so it's still drying. When that is all one color, then you can tell that it's fully dry. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay, here we go. I don't have any like sticky tack or anything up here, but we'll just pretend. We'll see how it works. And then I'm just gonna stick it right like that. 3-dimensional. I mean, if I really wanted to cover it up, I could move that down, but I'd rather have it in the middle. Just like that. What do you think? Oh, yes. I love it. I love it, love it. Now, I also got some spiders and stuff. Ooh, I don't know. Should I? Oh, I kind of like that. Okay, we're gonna do it. It was not in the plan. We're gonna put a spider here. And I'll put a spider over here. Okay, I'll get my white squeegee and I'll do white for those so they really stand out. Not in the plan, but I saw them. It's part of our spider web transfer, which, can we just say, is super cute. I put spider webs. My daughter Harper is very into Halloween right now because her birthday is in November and she has decided she wants a Vampirina party. And I'm kind of a birthday party planner, I don't know, extravaganza. It's not just a let's go to the bowling alley. But she's having Vampirina, which is vampires, Halloween stuff. So everything around the house that's even remotely Halloween, she thinks is for her birthday. So I took the spider web transfer and I did it on the mirror, spider webs. I did spider webs in the bathroom with spider coming. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love the spiders. And when she saw it for the first time, she was freaking out. So, perfect. If you decide that you love this so much that you go, I can do that. We do have a kit. It's $99. It looks like this. It has amazing, amazing transfers. You get so much in this package. And you get 5 3-ounce jars of paste, which are the same size as mine, of good colors. That will be good for the holidays too. But this is what we did today. I hope you like it. I'm really excited to find a home in my house of where I can put it for my lovely Chalk of the Month Club. So if you're interested in that as well, Chalk Couture, send me a little message, write a little note underneath, and maybe I'll see you on Sunday at my Chalk of the Month Club. If not, I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice night.